Hello everyone, it is me, Geeking, and we are back with another review. For today's review, we got from Transformers Studio Series 86, Commander Class Scrapper. And yeah, it's my first Commander Class Transformer. I mean, that don't get me wrong, there's been Commander Classes on the list I want to get, but this is the first one I actually obtained. And I know it's a double pack, so they're kind of like, well, I think unofficially he's like deluxe, but officially he's like Voyager if he were to be released just by himself. But since him and Longhaul make up the body of Devastator, they come in a Commander Class pack. Honestly, since this is a review, since it's a double pack, like with the Thundertron multi-pack, it's going to be split into different reviews. So the first one will be for Hook, and then the second one will be for Longhaul. But I still won't show the combined features until I get all the pieces. But yeah, pretty cool. So you got him. But in case, here's the box, which is ginormous. Like, it's my first Commander Class, so I don't expect the box is pretty big. Like, I've seen every size box, including Titan Class, but I haven't seen Commander in like the wild or like my own eyes. I usually see it on camera. So, you know, camera makes stuff look either tinier or bigger. But yeah. So, let's just go over the box real quick. You have the front. It shows off Longhaul and Hook. Hook takes 17 steps to go from robot to construction vehicle mode, which I guess they're all just using a bulldozer for. Longhaul takes 19 steps to transform. And also, I have Bone Crusher's box with me. And I'm going to bring this point up also in Longhaul's video since they both share the same box. But you know it says 3 out of 5? Bone Crusher says 2 out of 6. Which, I mean, I understand why they probably changed it. Because box-wise, there's only 5 of them since they come in a double pack. But, you know, just thought the change is interesting. But up here, it just says Transformers Movie, Constructicon, Hook, and Longhaul. Also says the name down there again with Transformers the Movie. We have some mumbo jumbo, and what's included is 2 figures, a trailer, and 11 pieces, and a beautiful barcode. Over here we have Hook and Longhaul in the alt modes. Flip over here, it shows off Devastator, which, you know, since you do see the Bone Crusher box, I do have 3 out of the 6 members. I'm planning on getting Scrapper at the time of this recording, because right now it's July, either sometime later this July or next month in August. And then I'm either going to get the last 2 members in September or October, because they come out in September, but I may hold off in October. And then we flip to the back, we have some stuff. Oh, cool, that actually sees something different. It just shows off the artwork of Devastator chucking Sludge and the Slug. Constructicon, Hook, and Longhaul. Longhaul and Hook combine with other Constructicons to form Devastator. It actually does say something different. For Bone Crushers, Bone Crusher battles Autobots and Autobot City on Earth. So that's pretty cool. I'm showing that off because of the number difference. And then over here, just reiterate 17 steps for Hook and then 19 steps for Longhaul. That trailer bit contains like extra pieces for Devastator, so like bits of his arms plus his chest cover and his like lower legs. That's what the trailer contains. I'll go over that a little bit more in Longhaul video because, you know, it's dedicated to him. But yeah, pretty cool. And then we also have the construction instruction booklet. I'm only going to show off the instructions for Longhaul and Hook, because you also do you get the instructions separately of Devastator also in the box. Of course, I did take a pic since this is a review, but I did take a picture of what's included and how the box looks. So if I can remember, of course I'm going to be editing the video because I can combine the clips. So if I still remember, I'll throw up the picture right about now showing how the box looks, everything packed, and then instructions are just off to the side. But for Longhaul Hook, I'm just going to show off the instructions, and then when I do the Devastator review, whenever, I'll show off the Devastator instructions for that one. That's folded out. Whoa, yeah, big one. I did not remember you having so many steps. Well, I guess the closest would be the Thundertron multi-pack. Apologies for the background noise if you can hear it. So here are the instructions. This just tells you what to do, the extra bits. Now then, since they do come in alt modes, I think it just tells you to transform them in robot mode, which I'm going to be doing the opposite, so I just watch a video how to put them into the robot mode. Boy. But yeah, so continuing by. Oh, apologies for the background. I can't do anything about it. And then I don't know, I kind of lose track when I look at these instructions, so it's just like, whatever. But yeah, there you go. So the instructions do show how to transform them into the, shoot. Well, looks like I'm going to do what I did with Squan's video. I'm going to whip out my Switch and watch someone else transform it into alt mode, because the instructions only show for robots. Well, looks like you're useless to me. But luckily they're like easy as pie, so we should be in there okay. Yeah, we have Hook, because she's pretty cool, so yeah, I guess we can just go over him. He feels like really solid, like don't get me wrong, Bone Crusher also felt solid, but like him and Long Haul, they both felt solid. Like there was genuine weight to this box, but yeah, they just feel like a brick. But yeah, pretty cool. So for his Hook, I'm going to show off the articulation in vehicle mode, but I can show you some things you can do with it. So obviously he has a port right here, so you can start on his back, because that is meant to be because he goes like this when he's in alt mode. But you know, you can do it like this, or if you want, you can like, well, I would say you can bend it, but I guess you really can't. But if you look at one of the ports of his arms, you could put it on there, so it's like he's standing outwards and like getting ready to like use his hook, or he could use it to help us as far Constructicons. Although realistically, I will admit, like probably I could see like, because once we get the final members in September, I could see them like reprinting this for the G2 colors eventually, and then reprinting this once again in the Devastator shading. But like that'll probably be in like a while. Like, well, then again, we got Swoop like last year, and now we're just getting the 86 Dinobots in the G2 colors. So who knows, maybe like next year or the year afterwards, we get the Constructicons again, but in the G2 colors. And then after a couple more years after that, we get them in Devastation shell shaded. I just really want the Constructicons, so I don't mind doing this because I waited a long time for them. And I wasn't really collecting when the Bayvest ones were around, and I know they got scalped, so not my luck, this will get scalped. But I'm lucky, so yeah. Like I said, one of my goals for this year is to try my best to get Devastator. Try, it's not that well if I don't. But let's go over his articulation. Crane is just like this. There's a bit more to it, but like I said, I'm going to save it for alt mode. Head is on a ball joint. It's kind of limited, but you can like move this stuff out of the way. Arms. Okay, so you can't do a full 360, but they can move pretty expressly. Obviously, I moved the arm pad away, like a bit more limited if you have it on. He does have an I think it's a arm bend. He has that. It's not a, okay, yeah, he has a bicep swivel. Obviously, he has a pew pew bang bang on his other arm, so I can show off better. It only goes inwards, and that's because of transformation. He does not have a waist swivel, but that's because it's like connected right here, like this whole purple stuff. That's Devastator's head, so that's understandable. Legs, they can go They can go out pretty far. You saw it touching the end of Hook's arm, so we moved them out where they can go a little bit further. They can kick out that far. They can kick back that far, and his crane's not impeding him at all. It's just this is what's impeding him, so it's not like that. He has a thigh swivel. He has a almost 90-degree arm bend. He has a little bit of ankle tilt, not much, but okay, never mind. He has plenty of ankle tilt. Forget what I said. But yeah, really cool. Alright, well, let's go over those size comparisons. But before I do jump into the size comparisons, it's really cloudy outside. It was like sunny before I started filming. I just set everything up, then the clouds decided to cover up, so isn't that nice? Maybe with long hauls it'll be brighter outside, who knows? But anyways, before we get into size comparisons, if you want to check out my thoughts and opinions on the size comparisons, I will link to their video in the icon up above and description down below. In case folks want to go check them out after this video, or pause the video and go check them out, then come back to finish this video, whichever you like to do. But up first we have a regular, because I've been using him basically almost every video since I got him. Sometimes I use other stuff. But we have from Transformers Age of Extinction Deluxe Class Scorn. He may have some foot problems, but I still love him. Yeah, there's that one. Up next, I had to bring this one out because it's like my only other one of this kind of vehicle. Up next, we have from Transformers Earthrise Voyager Class Grapple. Yeah, I believe, like, I don't know, I remember hearing something like back, like wondering why we had a construction vehicle on the G1 team. I think it was just there for product placement, because I don't think he's shown that often. Well, no, Grapple was shown a fair bit, but I think like he was like a construction vehicle that defected and joined the Autobots, so I don't know if Hook was an original, there was two of them, and yeah. But it was something along those lines like that, but yeah. And up next we have from Transformers Studio Series, Transformers the Movie / Transformers 86, Deluxe Class Bone Crusher. Wow, you are just bright green, because don't get me wrong, he appears bright too, but his green appears a little bit darker than his, so Bone Crusher just has bright green. But yeah, I gotta turn my switch so I can load up the transformation guide. So apologies if you're gonna hear that in the background. But let's get him prepped for alt mode, because I would look at the instructions, but they only show us how to go from alt to robot, because that's how they come packaged, unfortunately. But yeah, let's get him prepped. Alright, so I have like a guide off to the side, so apologies if like I just have long pauses. But if I do long pauses, it's probably just gonna cut out anyway, so I don't know why I'm saying it. But for step one, just move this out of the way, so it's just out of clearance. You also want to take off his pew pew bang bang. So for this first step, as we tilt down the camera, you just want to bring up his feet, close them in, close them in, and just have them tab into his chest. So yeah, you close his feet and you tap them into his chest. And then for the next part, you just want to, his legs on double hinges. You want to bring in the legs as you move the arms out of the way. Alright, what's next? Then just peg them together, like so. It's just my first time doing it, so I gotta like watch it, but I should be able to in the future. Alright, so you wanna push up these flaps move his arms up and collapse them in. So like this, actually. So his arms right here, you want to move those flaps up and then you just push them up, bring them in. Then, I don't know what the point of this is. It must be for combiner mode. These arms, but you see these tabs are going to tab into the side of his feet right there, so they stay still. Like that. Then you want to take this back piece and untab it, slide it back. Fix up the arms, Lord. Let's slide it back and tab it down on these tabs right here. It kind of helps hold everything together, lose his whole point of his name. Close this down. Ooh, that should be it. And yeah, that's it. Just bring down the hook and take out his wand, and there you go. We have Hook in his alt mode. And then, you know, for weapon storage, you got the sides right here, so I guess that's to kind of stand up like that. But I mean, it kind of looks like a small smokestack, so that's nice. Actually, is it the same? No, I thought it was like Bone Crusher's blaster, but nah, it's a little bit bigger. Oh yeah, if you really wanted to, you could keep it in. Mine was like that, but look, it actually extends unlike a certain other crane transformer I know. I'm looking at you, Grapple. I knew about the tabbing issue with putting it into your thing, but I did not know about your crane not working. But apparently it got fixed on Inferno and the Velocitron version. At least I think it is, or it's more easier. But yeah, at least I can actually have a crane transformer that can extend the crane. Like, thank goodness. And yeah, as you can see, it can, for the crane articulation, you can have it up that high. I'm just looking at the hinge, but you have to go pretty high. I could probably hold stuff, just don't make it too heavy. And you can do a full 360 without being impeded by anything. This is Devastator's head, this big block right here, so yeah. I'm gonna keep it out though, because why not? But yeah, you can push it in, although it does have a bit of a force. I'm kind of scared, so I'll probably just keep it in, because there's really no reason unless I'm using it for play. I just see a tab right here, and I would always assume it'd be for tabbing it in. But I do know when you form Devastator's head, the crane does like face stuff backwards. But yeah, pretty cool. This one has wheels, like if you look over here, this thing rolls smooth as a pie. That probably sounds painful in the ear, so apologies, but yeah, like, it goes pretty well. Why don't I ever just roll on a playmat? But yeah, awesome. But let's go into those vehicle size comparisons, because I don't know. There's really not much to talk about with Hook. This video would be a little bit longer because of long haul, because he has extra bits to him, but yeah. Yeah, that does happen, but I mean, it's a 5mm port. It's not like the end of the roll. It's just hard to get the hook up and down. Yeah, I kind of would use both hands, but let's actually get to his alt mode size comparisons. Up first, we have from Transformers Age of Extinction, Deluxe Class Scorn. Oh no, he fallen. There we go. But here they are. Boom. Scorn obviously beats Hook, so I'm not going to try doing comparison to see who's longer. Like, I think his tails alone is almost about his size. Actually, let's do the math. Tail. Alright, so it's about roughly it's like roughly a little bit over halfway Hook's length, or maybe a little bit shorter. But yeah, pretty cool. Then up next, we have from Transformers Earthrise, Voyager Class Grapple. And he's probably going to be a common one to come in for... Actually, this is going to be his last video doing comparison with the Constructicons. Because any other Constructicons after... Whoa, 1, 2... Okay, so in Longhaul's video, it's going to be his last time debuting a Constructicon size comparison. Because afterwards, the last 2 members, I'm just going to use other members. So, Longhaul's going to be his last video. But he is next to Grapple, who is Voyager. He's a little bit longer, but you know, pretty cool. Thank you, Grapple. And then last video from Transformers Studio Series Transformers Movie / Studio Series 86, which, but of course the video is still not out yet. I'm still unsure. I'm just gonna call it Transformers Studio Series 86 or Transformers the Movie. I'm probably gonna go with Transformers Movie because that's what it actually is. It's just I think we just call it 86 just to abbreviate, like how you call Age of Extinction AOE. So I think it's just abbreviated. So I'm just gonna call these Transformers the Movies. But we got from Transformers the Movie, Constructicon Bone Crusher at Deluxe class. But yeah. But honestly, I'm really excited for Scavenger. For the G1 ones, I believe Scavenger is honestly my favorite. I really like his alt mode. Honestly, it's a tie between Scavenger and Hook for being my favorite because they both look really cool. I guess the green doesn't help since my playmat is a good chunk green. But yeah, pretty cool. Legs were a bit complicated. They kept angling themselves, but I got it in fine. But yeah. That's pretty cool. Well, that's been my look at Transformers Studio Series Transformers the Movie Constructicon Hook. I'd like to thank you folks for watching this review. If folks did enjoy the review, give the video a thumbs up. Drop a comment down below. I'll play them as fast as I can. And subscribe and hit the bell so be notified whenever I drop a new video /short/stream. But until next time, toodles.